So Spar is a 80 plus year old Dutch brand, and for the past 10 years it's been operational in India as a licensee with the Landmark Group. So we have 21 hypermarkets today across the country, and we work on the platform of fresh, value, choice and service. What we try and do differently is to live up to our vision, which is basically to be the most innovative and engaging hypermarket in the country. And we try and make a difference in the lives of teams, guests, partners, as well as stakeholders every day. So that's what we look at doing. In terms of being distinctive, what we look at doing is bring in that emotional context into what we do in our business. Normally in a retail business, it's basically very transactional. You buy stuff, you sell stuff, and you appeal to very transactional set of contexts with the customer. What we try and do is bring in the emotional context. So the reason for that is because today's life is very different from what it was 10 years back. Today is very stressful, and shopping in most cases has become a chore. So our thought is, how do we make it more interesting, more fun for the customer, and thereby make it a more enjoyable kind of experience. That's how we look at making the brand more distinctive. So yeah, differentiation is no longer enough. So if you ask us what is it that makes us distinctive, stand apart, so it will be that emotional context that we bring into our business. So if you look at the competitive construct today, the choice that the consumer has is manifold. But even there, the choices are basically it's an A, B or a Z. So if you were to put all the brands together and removed all the labels, you wouldn't be able to make out the difference. So that's where we think we can bring in a difference and become distinctive. So if you were to walk into our stores, for example in Bangalore, you'll see that we've brought an experiential design into everything inside the store, whether it is the product, technology usage, bringing in nostalgia into different parts of the store. So the store itself becomes a much more interesting and distinctive on its own. And what we've tried to do is bring in things from the past, from the future, from the present, integrate it together so that the journey becomes a lot more fast, fun and friendly. Absolutely plenty. So let me give you two examples, okay, and both on either side of the spectrum. So we've developed a corner in the store called Grandma's Corner. So if you look at today's day and age, we live in families which have become cellular. It's no longer, so if you were to visit a family today, the children wouldn't know what their grandmoms do. But if you were to, talk to somebody with a little bit of history on their head, they tell you that grandmom used to make this and she used to cook that and pickles used to be this way, etc., etc. That's missing in today's day and age. So there is a section created in our store called Grandma's Corner, which seeks to bring together all that from our history and add value to families of today which don't have that opportunity. On the other part of the spectrum, we've got something called Freshly, which is basically just having fun with fruits and vegetables. So what are the challenges which we face today as families and as customers? It is basically to do with time. At Freshly, what we try and do is process fruits and vegetables to make it a little more fun, really fresh. So you could pick up a kilogram of oranges, bring it to Freshly and ask the gentleman over there to juice them for you and give it to you right there. Or if you'd like your vegetables chopped over there, have it freshly cut over there and take it home ready to cook. So the idea is that we look at insights which come in from different parts of the consumer spectrum and see where we can add value, whether it is to do with something which used to exist or exists in a different part of the market, and how do we pull it back into our store in an innovative way. Of course, we've innovated on various other things in technology. For example, we've won various awards for bill-busting technologies and wayfinding ways inside our stores, and we've used technology in ways that have never been used before. And towards this, we partner with some of the best brands across the world who come and work with us here in Spar India. If I look back at my history, I remember a very wise man saying that, we're in the business of cycling. If we stop cycling, we'll fall. So with that and our DNA, which is basically to keep innovating, keep building that distinctiveness, the idea is to build something which is more on the lines of a mindset and a DNA which cannot be copied. And if we have that, we won't need to worry about competing with anybody on a transactional level. So that's where the direction that we're going on, and we're building on it every day, seeing how we can improve our stores, and it's really a journey which has just begun.